Freedom is a natural thing. Freedom is a natural thing.
In my mind, Little Africa signifies Africa, but in a smaller portion, in a smaller sense of it, you know, in St. Paul. We were able to show what Africa is about. It's about diversity, it's about great food, great culture, great people, you know, from young to old, all walks of life.
I see people from West Africa, East Africa, the islands, food was there, and the vendors as well, they were from different parts of Africa. Mainly the entertainers. I found them to be very unique and very inclusive. We had a person even from Mozambique. He was playing the xylophone. I've never seen a Mozambican musician in the Twin Cities. And a painter from Rwanda, a dancer from Nigeria.
We also have the Somali Museum Dance Troupe. They're going to showcase some of their culture. Oromo Youth Association. You know, we just have so much. So we're just excited and we are having fun.
When I see this, I was very much impressed. And I don't think I've seen this kind of different groups coming into one set. I would call it Big Africa, not even Little Africa for that matter.
This event was very important to the community, especially in a time where there are a lot of setbacks, a lot of disparities within the diaspora. So it's healthy to see one another. It's healthy to see our grandparents. It's healthy to see our children in the midst of all this. It unifies the community and makes it stronger.
Children were playing, parents watching them from a distance. Elderly, they have their own circle and talking to each other. So it brought that three generations in one hand. And that is, I guess, the wish of the ancestors.
My favorite thing was getting to jump in with an awesome West African dance. There were two dancers and they invited everyone to come in together. So there were maybe 20 or more people that just all kids and as well adults and teens that jumped into the dance, and it was really cool to see people all joining together and learning that different style. Well, you know, we saw, I don't know if you saw when we were dancing, there was this little kid who came over and she wanted to dance with us. She was one of our first participants actually. And so here comes the little kid and then grandma came right after her. You know, I honestly didn't see her actual parents, but it was beautiful and they were just holding hands and dancing. You know, I think it's great because that's one thing about the African culture. We're so involved with each other's lives, you know. So whenever you see a little kid, you're very likely to see grandma not too far away or grandpa.
If you look at it within the diaspora, there's a huge African residency that takes place here, but yet it's not very highlighted. A lot of people don't talk about all the success stories that come in from this diaspora community. So we wanted to highlight it, and especially the Little Africa Festival Committee, they wanted to highlight all these happenings within the community. And this is our 4th year, and hopefully become our 40th year in the coming years.
I was really happy that that happened, and I hope we can do it. We should do it more, like twice a year, don't you think? As an African, I really appreciate that we have something like this going on, you know, the Little Africa in St. Paul, you know, and I'm surprised that I hadn't heard about it until recently. So I'm really excited to have done it. It reminds me of home. You know, it brings that feeling back a little bit. I think that if you've never been to African Economic Development Solutions Little Africa Fest before, it's in Hamline Park, and you should come out and see just how awesome it is and the experiences that you could have connecting with neighbors, connecting with people from all over the city, and also just getting to know something maybe African that you haven't experienced before.